YouTube friends, Kalos Harisate, and welcome back to Mom's Greek Kitchen, the channel where I teach you my mom's Greek recipes in her memory. Today we're making Skorthopsomo. Skorthopsomo. No, I don't expect you to remember that. Say garlic bread instead, and we've got the same thing. Of course, this is a Greek recipe per se, but we've been making this, or Mom's been making this in our family since I was a teenager. So it's part of Mom's repertoire, which is what this channel is all about. She got this recipe from my brother's godfather, who used to be a cook in an Italian restaurant, or Greek restaurant, I'm not sure which. And this is how they made garlic bread, and this is what Mom learned, and this is what we're making for today. It's a great garlic bread, don't get me wrong. Easy to make, very good garlic flavor. Yeah, so let's go into the kitchen and I'll show you how to make it. Sorry about that. I think my camera decided to have a little nap. So this is a head of garlic. I'm going to show you a trick that we use in the restaurant biz. So it's a whole head. I've taken all the cloves apart. I've taken the hard root end that holds them all together off. You need a bowl that has a match. You take the match and you put it over top of the other one and you hold it tight. And then you shake like crazy. Yes, I know it's noisy. So, clean, 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 clean. I have 1, 2, 3 that did not completely clean, but you just run it between your fingers, give it a little twist, and the skin will fall right off. And that's the way to do. This one has core on it, which is why I didn't clean. But that's a great way to clean up a whole bunch of garlic if you need to do something like this kind of preparation. You can do a couple heads in here, no problem. And then all you've got is the paper, which of course you discard before we proceed to our next step. Alright, and here we have a nice big mortar. I'm going to get a little closer here. Mortar and pestle. And I'm going to add our garlic. Now, for garlic bread, just like I said in our tzatziki recipe, garlic tastes different when it's pounded versus when it's chopped or ground in like a food processor or something. In something where you want the best garlic flavor, you want to pound it. We're going to add a little bit of salt to act as an abrasive, as well as the salt for our recipe. And then you're just going to pound it down until it's a really fine paste. You're letting out all the oils. You're breaking all the cells, which you do not do if you're chopping or grinding, I don't think. Alright, so that's our garlic all mashed up. As you can see, it's a fine mushy paste, which is what you want. You don't want any lumps. You want to get them into sort of like long strands. Now we're ready to proceed to our next step. Okay, we're back for our next step. So in my pot here, I have 1 pound of unsalted butter in this case. we already have salt in the garlic, so I don't want to use salted butter because then it might get too salty. This way you can control your salt content. So 1 pound of unsalted butter, I cut it up so it makes it easier to melt. And then I'm going to pull all the garlic mash that we made earlier in our mortar and pestle and add that. And then I'm going to put that on the heat, and I'm going to put it on about a medium, and I'm going to cook it down until it's all melted. And then let it go for a bit. I don't want to brown the garlic. I want to keep it pale colored. So you want low, medium, low until it basically all melts together, and then a minute or two after that, just so that the garlic flavor permeates all the butter. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I'm going to put it on medium on my induction cooker here. And we'll let it melt. And I will stir it from time to time until it's all melted, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, so our garlic butter has cooked now. It's all melted down. I have no more lumps of butter. It's been simmering for about a minute or two. It smells wonderful in here. Butter and garlic, I mean, how can you go wrong? So now our next step is to put this in an airtight container, and this will sit in your refrigerator indefinitely. Now, it just came to the boil, which is a good sign that it's done. So I'm going to turn it off. So, like I said, this will keep indefinitely. The antibiotic properties, antifungal properties, whatever it is in garlic, does not let this go bad. It will, sometimes, the garlic may go a slight greenish color. But we know that this happens when garlic is fermented or put into pickles sometimes. It's a natural natural thing that garlic will do on occasion, go slightly green. It does not go bad, it's just a color change. So this stays in the refrigerator, and Mom always had this going in the refrigerator. And when you're going to make garlic bread, you pull it out of the fridge, you scrape it into a pot, and you melt it down like I have it here. So I'm going to be baking garlic bread for you today, so I will not be chilling this, but that's how you store this. You'll keep it in the refrigerator in an airtight container, and like I said, it'll keep for months and months and months. And Mom never actually threw it out. When she got low, she would add more butter and more garlic to it. So that's the way they did it in the restaurant. That's the way Mom did it. That's the way I normally do it. We don't keep it around very much because I didn't have a broiler on my oven for a long time. So we just made other versions of garlic bread, toaster garlic bread, and this would not work. It would nice catch fire. So, okay, so this is where we are up to this point, and I'll be back when we're ready to do our next step. Alright, we're back with our next step of our garlic bread. So I've got a loaf of bread here. This is like a French loaf or an Italian loaf. You can use homemade. Mom used to use homemade all the time. But I don't bake that much bread for just the two of us, so I don't have any. And we're going to cut pretty thick slices. I would say about a good inch at least. This is more of an Italian, it's a little more dense. The French tends to have bigger holes. So we're going to go with this. There's only two of us. I'm only going to make 2 slices tonight. So what we're going to do now is my butter is melted. We're going to put this under the broiler, just on the rack in the oven. Toast one side, flip it over, toast the other side, and when it comes out of the oven, we're going to, I'll show you what we do then. The toasting part is up to you. I think you can figure that out. You want a nice golden color, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're back. So my bread is out of the oven. It's just came out of the oven, and we're ready to now dress it. So it's gonna be hot. Okay, so we dip a pastry brush or a silicone brush in the garlic butter, and we coat each side generously, and then we put it into a bowl. And then we cover our bowl with foil. And so, in our household, garlic bread always went with barbecue or something. So, when Dad, who did the barbecuing, was about 5-10 minutes away from being ready, he would say, "Put the bread on!" And my sister, who tended to do the garlic bread, would she's already have her oven on broil, have her butter melted, the bread is all sliced, and she would just lay all the bread on the rack and watch it carefully, turning them as they needed to get to the nice golden color that we had. Would dress them as they went, would put them into the bowl and cover them in foil to keep them warm, and as soon as the meat came in, dinner was served. So I hope you try this. It's a wonderful garlic bread. Like I said, the garlic butter lasts forever. You can also use it in other preparations. Of course, we used to add it onto steamed vegetables or mixed into pasta or whatever if you want a quick jolt of garlic. But for the most part, we use it on the garlic bread. So once the bread is in the bowl, it will steam a little bit, so it won't be quite so crispy because it, depending on which bread you use, it's actually quite hard to eat if it's toasted. But already, as you can see, it's relaxed a little bit. This is awesome dipped in skorthopsomo, which is on the garlic sauce, which is on the recipe or on video on the channel. There we go. It's also great for dipping in hummus or tzatziki, or especially in the juice from the Greek salad. Alright, so I hope you try it. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, and hope to see you again next time. Take care. Bye bye.